Many a times, talented mid-senior leaders in tech stay stuck for far too long because they are trying to solve the wrong problem. They assume that they need to communicate better, build strategic relationships, stay visible in the right places, all of those things. And yes, sometimes that's true. But sometimes, even after having done all of those things, if nothing changes, then it could be the org. It's not your communication, it's not the relationships, it's not the sponsorship, but it is the org. Probably the org is not really ready to recognize the kind of leader that you are. But before we go down this path, I want you to be honest with yourself, right? Honestly ask yourself, am I communicating strategically? Am I talking the language of leadership? Am I thinking ahead? Am I solving the problems that the org is worried about? And am I building relationships in the right places? Honestly ask yourself, am I reaching for the excuse of, yes, it's the org too soon because I'm not ready to do the work on myself? Because this is not an excuse, it is a diagnosis. Leaders who stay stuck with the wrong org face a very expensive proposition. Not because of the lack of career movement, it is much more to do with their identity erosion. What do I mean by that? When they slowly start shrinking themselves because of the org's ceiling, they are losing their identity. They are shrinking themselves. They are making the org ceiling their own. Now let us see how this looks like. You have genuinely changed the way you communicate, you're thinking strategically, but nothing from the leadership suggests that they are perceiving it. That is data. The people who are getting promoted are the most comfortable, the least challenging ones, and not necessarily the most capable ones. That is once again data. The third and the biggest one for you is you have already started bringing less of your leadership thinking capabilities to the meeting. Not because you don't have it, but because over time you have realized that it is not welcome. This by far is the biggest signal for you to realize where you are at. So I want you to sit with 3 questions. The first one, has the leadership noticed the effort and changes that you are making, and have they made any changes at their end in the way they interact with you? The second, when you see the leaders, let's say 2 levels above you, do you feel motivated by their integrity, by their skills, by the way they show up? The third one being, 3 years from now, when you see the future for yourself in this organization, does it excite you or is it already making you tired? I want you to truly sit with these questions and come up with your answers as to how you find yourself in your current organization. Now, this does not mean that you need to leave the organization right away, right? You don't make such decisions on impulse. But what it will help you is to understand, how do I want to show up? Because you can still show up in a broken org. You could protect your boundaries. You could stay very focused on what you're delivering and stay visible in the right places. You can still continue to do them. So when you stay with a broken org, you stay with your eyes wide open, not from hope, not from fear, not from sunk cost, the fact that, oh, I've already spent so many years in this organization, I might as well continue, right? But what I'm hoping for you to realize with this video is for you to know what is in your control and what it is that you can work on and what was never yours to fix right from the beginning. And that is the org trap.